when I got close to this Kollel, to the place over here, I had a much bigger feeling. The smell of Torah that's coming out of this place, and in the middle of the week I came, I just walked into the Kollel, I felt like I'm somewhere in the middle of Yerushalayim in some big yeshiva. The smell of Torah goes miles and miles to cities it's mashpia in cities all over the United States, and I'm sure all over the world, and that's only because of two reasons. The first reason is because of the people that come and learn here Torah are learning Torah Lishma, and the second reason is that the Russian Kollel are not only Goyim Torah, but are also Anoshim Yirei Shamayim. Rabbi Blazer Shlita, Rabbi Singer Shlita, the Torah, the Yirei Shamayim, the Gemara says, Kol Mishi Yesh Bo Yirei Shamayim, Dvarav Nishmayim. When he speaks, people accept what they're saying. And for that reason, I guess, that's what I think, the two reasons why the smell of Torah over here is just going all over the place. 2,000 years before HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought down the Torah to Am Yisrael. 2,000 years. 2,000 years the Torah is in Shamayim. The Torah is up in heaven. After Matan Torah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought the Torah down to here, to the earth. But 2,000 years, the Torah is in the Shamayim. There is no Torah ba'aretz. There's only a few people, Shem, Ever, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, the Shvatim, until Am Yisrael gets bigger, and then they're Merkado the Torah on Har Sinai. But 2,000 years without Torah, Rashi says in Parshas Nitzavim. Rashi says, Lo yiv Shamayim hi leimar. The Torah is not up in Shamayim that you will say, Mi ya'aleh lanu hashamayma. Who's going to go up into the Shamayim? V'yashmi'enu oisa v'na'asena. He's going to tell us the Torah, and we're going to start to keep the Torah. Lo yiv Shamayim. And Rashi writes over there, Lo yiv Shamayim. That's after Matan Torah. Lo yiv Shamayim, Rashi says, V'inu oisa v'shamayim. If the Torah was up in Shamayim, he had to go up to the Shamayim, ulelamda, and to learn the Torah. I don't know exactly how a person would go up to the Shamayim, with ladders, with a plane. I was in a plane, everybody was in a plane above, in Shamayim, if that's Shamayim, the sky. And the only Torah that was there was a Mishnah Berurah and a Mishnah that I had in my carry-on bag. Pashtus Rashi means that if the Torah was in Shamayim, I would have to go up and learn it. It means that a person, Avraham Avinu, Yitzchak, Yaakov, before the Torah was given down to the earth, to Aretz, a person that wanted to learn Torah had to la'lois hashamayim. He had to become holy. He had to become tahar. He had to become holy, kadosh. He had to work avodas hamidos, kas, gaiva, to get away from taiva. And after that, he would become holy, a holy person, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu would let him to be mesi the Torah. He would understand, just like Avraham Avinu did, yet 10 trials, 10 nisyonos, 10 nisyonos, and by getting higher and higher, he was oile hashamayla, and he was mesi the Torah. After Matan Torah, there is no such thing as becoming holy before you get the Torah. The Torah is down here. The only way to become Torah and Kadosh is by learning the Torah. By learning Torah, a person becomes Tahar and Kadosh. If he's Zaychet, if he's doing it Lishma, the Torah has a power to make a person Tahar, Kadosh, Avodas Hamidos. In Al Nisim and Chanukah we say, Giborim biyad chalashim. Tmein biyad tahorim. Zaydin, the mazy, a person that's mazy, a tahar, a person that has only Torah. He goes a lot to the mikvah, that's very good, but he goes to the mikvah and he's tahar, some darga of tahar, without Torah, but the mezidim, the zaydim, he doesn't recognize them. You can have Ovdei Elilim right next to you, all around you, and the tahar doesn't know that. Hazaydim, Nitanim, only bidei oiskei Torah sefer. After Matan Torah, before Matan Torah, a person really had to become a Tahar, a Kadosh, and then he would get the Torah. Avraham Avinu is telling everyone, we're standing on these days of Sfiras HaOmer, before Lag BaOmer and before Matan Torah. Avraham Avinu is taking in everybody, all the passerbys. He tells them, come in, I'll give you to eat, I'll give you to drink. And he's giving them a lecture. He's screaming. He's telling them apostle. He's telling them that all these avodas hakoichos, if a person wants to sail in the ocean and he's afraid that there might be a hurricane, he used to sacrifice a lamb to the Sarayam, or the Elohim of the ocean. If he had a problem with fire, milchama, love, fear, there were so many elilim, and their common sense was, the common sense that a Ovdei Elilim had was very simple. Why do I have to go run after the boss? The boss is very hard sometimes to get. He might be busy. Let me talk to the secretaries. I'll talk to the secretaries. I'll get everything done. It's much easier. So let me speak to Sar Hayam, maybe to the Malach, that is Memuneh, that he is he's supposed to take care of the ocean. That's a lily. And Avraham Avinu is giving them a lecture, he's giving them a drasha. The Gemara says it's a nefesh asher asu b'chara. A person can do a nefesh, make a nefesh. Afilu mitkabtzin. If the whole oilam gets together, all the scientists, they can't create the smallest birya in the oil. It's a nefesh asher asu b'chara. Asu l'shein rabim. Avraham megayeres ha'anashim. Sarah megayeres es ha'anashim. He says, what am I going to tell them? Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Just simply, there is one Hashem in heaven. He's the one that created the whole world. It won't work. That's why we say Shema Yisrael. A Jew, he knows, when you tell him Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, the whole Torah is in those words. He understands everything what comes out of it, what it means. A guy, Avraham Avinu is trying to get them closer to Hashem. He gets up and he screams out a pasuk that's also in Tehillim and also in Divrei Hayomim. And we say it every morning. Some say it before Baruch Shama, and some say it after Baruch Shama. Kichol Elohei ha'amim elilim v'Hashem Hashem Shamayim. He created the heavens. Created the Shamayim, the sky. Kichol Elohei ha'amim elilim. What you believe that there are koichos ba'olam, and you want to sacrifice to the ocean, to the fire, it's loikel, elil, loikel. Kichol Elohei ha'amim elilim. Why? Hashem created the heavens. Thanks. Hashem created the heavens. Hashem created olam umloya. I don't know exactly what that answer is. What Avraham was giving them a lecture, a drasha. Pshat is, Rashi brings in Bereshis. How did HaKadosh Baruch Hu create the Shamayim? HaKadosh Baruch Hu took Eish Umayim. He took fire and water, Eish Umayim, Shah Mayim, Eish Umayim. He put them together, and with that he created something called Shamayim. Oiseh Shalom Bimroimov. HaKadosh Baruch Hu could make shalom between water and fire, and make shalom, and with that to create the shamayim. There's a Midrash Rabbah that says, Shir Hashirim Asher L'Shloimo. And the Midrash Rabbi says that it's not talking about Shlomo HaMelech, it's talking about Asher L'Shloimo, L'mi Sha'asholayim Shaloim. This is a shir for who? For Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, L'Shloimo L'mi Sha'asholayim Shaloim, L'mi Sha'emes Shaloim. Maybe say whoever has the emes. But really I'm saying that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He's the only power in the world. You say Shir Ashiri Mashal L'Shloimo, you say Kichol Elohei Ha'amim Erilim V'Hashem Shamaymas. There are no two powers. There is one power, and you could take the fire and the water, put them together, and make something called Shamayim. And this Avraham Avinu is screaming out in the tent to all these people, 2,000 years, he's talking, he didn't leave all it, but during this time when the Torah was still in the Shamayim, he's trying to bring everybody higher and higher towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and everybody loves him. Everybody loves Avraham Avinu. Nisi Elokim Ata B'Torchenu. A Jew walking in Europe, and they should come over to him and tell him, Nisi Elokim Ata B'Torchenu. Avraham Avinu doesn't have problems of hate. He doesn't have the regular hate problem. Because it's before Matan Torah. And I can explain it immediately. It's before Matan Torah. The Torah is B'Shamayim. Avraham Avinu is telling them, Kichol Elohei Ha'amim Elilim V'Hashem Shamayim Asa. And these people that are coming to learn Torah by Avraham Avinu, Pashtus, they're learning Torah Lishma. At least the first Chabur that came were learning Torah Lishma. Depends what the Pshat in Lishma is, where there's a focus, what the Pshat in Lishma is. But let's go simple and say, the people that were coming to learn by Avraham Avinu were learning Torah Lishma. And the Gemara says, in the Darim, the Gemara asks a question. The Gemara says there's two psukim in Tehillim. One pasuk says, Ki Gadol Ad Shamayim Chasdecha. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, your chesed is up to the sky, Ad Shamayim. The other pasuk in Tehillim says, Ki Gadol Me'al Shamayim Chasdecha. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, your chesed is above the Shamayim. The Gemara says, Kan lo iskim shloi lishma is Ad Shamayim. Kan lo iskim lishma is Me'al Shamayim. I understand that there's a difference between Lishma and Shloi Lishma. But what's the difference between Ad Shamayim and Me'al Shamayim? There was a very chashuv chef. And he put together a meal. He worked on it for hours and hours. He put in all these spices. He cooked it. And after hours of cooking and taking care of this food, he brings it to a very rich guy sitting outside, puts it in front of him to eat. And that guy tells him, you're one of the biggest chefs in the world. I want to ask you something. I'll pay you $1 million. Please. I just want to see if it can be done. I'm asking you to please take this tavshil, this food that you put together. I'm giving you a year, 2 years, as much time as you want. I want you to make the piece of meat be exactly the way it was before you cooked it. All the spices should be back on the shelf. Just bring it back the way it was before. The chef told him, if you'll pay me $1 trillion, it's impossible. I can't do that. Kadosh Baruch Hu tells us, I cooked a tavshil. I took the eish, I took the mayim, I made nature, I put it together, I made shamayim. And if you learn Torah, shalai nishma even, I'll do for you a chesed. But the chesed I'm going to do for you is going to be in the nature. Under nature. Ad shamayim, until this thing of eishumayim. But if you're going to learn Torah lishma, if you're sitting and learning Torah, when you finish work, you go and learn Torah. Before work, you're learning Torah. If you're avreich and you're sitting and learning Torah and everything's going outside, and you're sitting and makdish your life for limud Torah, for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Torah lishma, I'm going to take apart for you the Eishumayim, something that's impossible in nature. I'm going to take it apart, the Shamayim. I'm going to take nature apart. I'm going to do a nace for you. Pashtus, before Matan Torah, Avraham Avinu, the people that came to learn Torah by him, were learning Torah Lishma. What happened when HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought the Torah down to the Aretz, to the world over here, the Ma'amad Har Sinai? What happened? I'll give you just a small mashal. Imagine that a person comes to Sodom, and there's this big party going on, 100,000 people dancing and whatever. 100,000 people, like a whole mountain full of people with all these lights and fire and these gigantic speakers all over. Comes this skinny guy, very big glasses, a Jew. He comes over to the main power outlet and he just pulls the plug. And he twists it and he breaks it. What do you think these 100,000 drunk people in the middle of a party, what do you think they're going to do to him? There is a midrash that says, why is it called Har Sinai? Two midrashim. It's a few, but two interpretations of the word Sinai. One says that when the Torah came down to this world, Sinai, you're the Sina La'umos, which means that in the Torah it says, your son is someone from the Umos. You are son of the good. Amon Umoyov. That they can come to Kollel. Sina La'umos. The other chap, you're the Sina La'umos al Yisrael. The Umos, the Goyim, they hate you. They didn't hate you before the Torah came down here. Because all you had was camel tours, and they came out of Egypt, they passed by the Mediterranean, they dipped themselves in the ocean, then they went to Avraham Avinu, they ate a good steak, and it was for free, and they came to see the Holy Man, and then they went to the casino in Stone. You can do whatever you want. But after HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought down the Torah, the Har Sinai, down here, there is a story, I read it years and years ago. I think it was with the Brisker Rav. There was a kid playing on the floor. He had these blocks, and he put the blocks one after the other, and he made it like a train. And when I was a kid, I understand it's called a choo-choo train, right? Because it makes choo-choo, right? And he was playing, and that's what he was, that's the noises that the kid was making. And I think it was the Brisker Rav, he asked the kid, what are you doing? And the kid said, it's a train. And then he smiled shyly. So the Brisker Rav, when he left, he told someone next to him, it's a kid, but to the other guy, he wanted to tell him for the older people, Mimanaf. If it's a train, so why is he smiling shyly? He knows it's not a train. If it's not a train, why are you playing? But that's a kid. Once you have a train down over here, the train is here, right next to you, that's a real train and that's it. There's nothing else to do. When the Torah came down to the Aretz over here, it's already automatically Kofa Aleim Har Pigis. That's it. You're not allowed to steal. You're not allowed to Tirtzach, Tignoi, Tinaf. Beforehand, a big party, you could marry your sister, your daughter, you're going to write out. Who's going to tell you? If you want to get holy with Avraham Avinu, go up Hashanayim, it's good. But if you don't want to, you can do whatever you want. As long as someone doesn't stop the party. B'mamad Har Sinai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Am Yisrael stop the party in the middle. And you're the Sina, because wherever a Jew is walking in the street, he represents the Torah. He represents the Aseres HaDibros. And over there it says, Loi, Loi, don't do, and there's a lot of things that you gotta do. Mitzvah is eseh, and mitzvah is loitaseh. And you have the Torah standing here. It's not kofal and har kigigi, it's only to Am Yisrael that they have to take it. It's a mukhrach. The guy also has a kofal and har kigigi, but he can't take it. He can't. And it's bothering him. And the reason he can't take it is because all those 2,000 years, his fathers never tried Lalas Hashemayim. They never tried to go up. We tried to go up on the time when the Torah was above. For that reason, HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought the Torah and gave it down, gave it to us. And over here I'm going to add something that has gematria in it. Usually I don't say gematrias, but over here I'm adding something that has a little bit of a whiff of what's considered soid. It's not soid, but, and a little gematria. 49 days, counting up to Ma'amad Har Sinai, to the time when HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought down the Torah here. 49 days, we're counting. These 49 days are exactly like the 2,000 years before Matan Torah. The Yetzer Hara always tries to machshel you. He tries to bother you and not let you get higher. Dafka, not after you're getting the Torah, but while you're trying to build up, to get the Torah. These 49 days, he tries to trip you. He tries to trip you again, and again. We have something that we got over the Yetzer Hara, that even if you tripped a few times during the 49 days, at least the last night before Matan Torah, we sit in shul all the night, and we sit on the Torah, so we don't let him, at least the last night before Matan Torah, we stay always with the Torah. He has no way to trip us. But these 49 days, that it's better not to be tripped at all. But you should know that's the way of Yetzer Hara. These 2,000 years, before Matan Torah, all what is considered the klipos, the biggest Yetzer Hara that there is, are 3 of them. They all came before Matan Torah. Lavan Bikesh, Lakar Esakul. Lavan Arami, the first one. The second one is Paro. The third one is Amalek. All 3 of them came before Matan Torah. Lavan Arami, Lavan the Ramai, the cheater, that's how you say it? Lavan the cheater, Arami. You know, there's a pasuk in Tehillim, it says, Omar Naval Beliboy, Ein Elokim. A Naval, it's the same letters of Lavan. A Naval. Who is a Naval? A despicable person. Who is a Naval? Omar Naval Beliboy, Ein Elokim. There is no God. And David HaMelech said on Naval, there was a person in the Navi whose name was Naval. And David HaMelech said, Kishmoy Keinu. Naval Shmoy, his name is Naval, Unevala Imoy. Lavan is exactly the opposite. It's the same letters, just turn around. Lavan is Mr. White. And he's the dirtiest person around. Lavan. And he shows that he's clean. Lavan is the Ramai. He tries to say, he's swearing in the name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He's saying, Eloike Avraham. He's swearing in the name of the God of Abraham. Eloike Avraham. Elohi Nachar. Elohi Avihim. That's what it says in the Pasuk. And Rashi says, Elohi Avraham Kodesh. Kodesh Baruch. Elohi Nachar Chol. Elohi Aviyam, like the Elohim of Terach, Chol. What do you mean Chol? It's talking about some Avodah Zarah. So what does Lavan do? He says, you know what I'm going to say? The Elohim of Avraham. We're going to put in also all these Rishaim I'm going to put Nachor and Terach inside Eloi Avram, Eloi Nachor, Eloi Avim. That's Lavan Aram. Parai is a rice. Zima. But not only that. Parai, there's a pasuk in Yechezkel that says, Sar Chamorim, Saram, Zirmas, Susim, Zirmasam. The Sar Chamorim, Saram, you see the pasukim before, the pasuk before, and the pasuk after. The whole pasukim over there are talking about Mitzrayim. Sar Chamorim, Saram, Zirmas, Susim, Zirmasam. There's another pasuk in Yechezkel that says, Batizni Esbdei Mitzrayim Shechenaich Gidlei Basa. Whoever wants to look up what Rashi is mefarish on Gidlei Basa. It's also going on Mitzrayim. Zima. Shtufim b'zima. There's something else also with Mitzrayim, that's why Amalek we say once a year. Lavan in the Agada and Kriyas HaTorah. But Yitzias Mitzrayim we say Kriya Shema, Birkas HaMazon, Kiddush. Because Mitzrayim has also something else. Parai has something else with it. Also that in every second of all the generations we have the problem of that Yetzer Hara. And that Yetzer Hara is called Li Oiri V'Anyasitini. I decide what is considered murder, what is not considered murder, what is considered gedel, throwing a kid into the Ya'ar, but chas v'shalom to kill an animal. The Pesach, the Tzoyin, Eloi Keihem Shel Mitzrayim, the poodle. Nobody's going to touch the poodle, but you throw the kid into the yard. I decide what is Retzach and what is not. Exactly what's going on today in a lot of countries, including this one. That's Parai. Also before Matan Torah. And the third one is Amalek. Amalek is Ritzicha. If you take the Rashi Tevis of all these three, Amalek, Lavan, Parai, Amalek, you get the word Oifel. Oifel. Oifel, you know, when Am Yisrael left Egypt, left Mitzrayim, there were the Ma'apilim, they wanted to go up. Oifel means to go up. It means a big building or to try to get higher. It means pushing forward. That's Oifel. There's at least 3 psukim, not with an aleph, with an ayin, that I could prove it, but I brought one from Chavakuk, Parak Beis. Over there it says, Hinei ufla, ayin pei lamed hei, lo yashar nafsho goy, v'tzadik be'emunasa yichye. So everybody knows the second part of the pasuk, v'tzadik be'emunasa yichye, but they don't know the first part. Hinei ufla, lo yashar. Rashi says ufla. Rashi says, Ufla, nefesh eloi tamidi bekas, ubetayve, shoef livla v'lo saveh, Ufla lashem azus, k'moi vaya piru, oifel, it's like something to go up. Oifel. Shlomo HaMelech says in Shir HaShirim, Al mishkavi baleilu is bikashti yeshav, anafshi bikashtiu v'lo mitzatiu. If you're going to lie down in bed and try to look for a Kadosh Baruch Hu, saying, I'm not going to do mitzvahs, I'm not going to do averes either, I'm just going to be a laid-back person, bikashtiu v'lo mitzatiu, you're not going to find the Kadosh Baruch Hu. You need the oifel. You need to go forward. But if that oifel has the kas as the main engine, it goes totally wrong. It goes totally wrong. Take oifel. Ayin pei lamed. Ayin, take one letter. Go back one letter. Samech. Pei, go back. Ayin. Lamed, go back. Chaf. You get the word? Kas. If the engine of the ofel is the kas, like Rashi says over here, it goes very wrong. And that's the engine of Lavan Arami, of Parai, and of Amalek. Oifel. These 3 klipos that come exactly when you're trying to get Kabalt Hatorah. Before you get it. During the 49 days. That's Oifel. How much does Oifel come out in Gematria? I usually don't do Gematrias, but here's one. Oifel. It comes out 180. Ayin is 70, Lamed is 30, it's 100, and Pei is 80. 180. Kas, how much does it come out? Kas comes out 120? No, 50, right? 150. Kas comes out 150. Put 150 and 180. 330. Moshe Rabbeinu comes over to the snake. What does HaKadosh Baruch Hu tell him? Shal, Shal, how much is Shal? 330. From Shal,